What's up, guys? Monday, June 15th. We got 4 games on tap in the FIFA World Cup. I'm going to give you my pick and prediction for each and every game on the board for today, Monday, June 15th. But first, I want to do a quick recap of the picks and predictions for the games on Sunday, June 14th. We came into Sunday, June 14th with a 5-3 record, profiting just about 2.5 units in the tournament, and we got on fire on Sunday. Went 3-1, hit 3 bets out of 4, and those 3 bets that we hit just so happened to be the 3 biggest bets that we placed on the day. We hit Germany minus the 3.5 goals for 1.1 units. We hit Japan plus a half a goal. Japan on the double chance, minus 116 odds for 1.1 units. We also hit Sweden on the money line at odds of minus 115 for 1.1 units. And our only loss on the day was a half unit play on the draw in the Ivory Coast Ecuador game at odds of plus 175, and that was very close to cashing. Ivory Coast scored a goal with about 7 minutes left in the match. We almost swept the board today, went 4-0, picking up over 4 units. But we'll take a 3-1 day. We are now up over 5 units in this FIFA World Cup. We are on fire. And we are now 8-4 in our picks to start this tournament. So we are seeing the board very well in this FIFA World Cup. Things are going very well, and let's keep that momentum going here into Monday, June 15th. Just make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, please. Trying to grow the channel, and let me know your picks and predictions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the games. All right. Without further ado, one more thing. I want you guys to also check out my Instagram at Cole Mirza. I put my picks and predictions on my story every day there. So you can track all the picks I make, all the bets I make for FIFA World Cup or for MLB. They'll always be on my Instagram story at Cole Mirza. All right, guys, let's go through the 4 games on the board here for Monday, June 15th. So the first game on the board is Spain and Cape Verde. Spain, huge favorites. Spain, obviously the number 2 team in the FIFA World Rankings. Cape Verde ranked number 67. When you look at the 2 lineups, Spain has a world-class lineup filled with world-class talent, and Cape Verde really doesn't have much talent at all. This is a talent mismatch, and I think this is a match that gets played out kind of similarly to what we saw in the Germany against Curacao game from yesterday on Sunday. We saw Germany destroy Curacao. I think we see Spain do something similar here in this one. They have far too much talent. They're going to want to get off to a good start. They're going to want to put up a good goal difference number, and I see Spain winning comfortably. So my bet in that game is Spain minus the 2.5 goals. I got a really good price of minus 108 for 1.1 units. It looks like the Spain side has taken a little bit of money since I placed that bet earlier today. So you're definitely going to want to hop on Spain as soon as possible if you like that side. I mean, when we look at the recent results for both of these 2 teams, Spain has been playing very well. They have not lost any of their last 10 games. They won 7 of those games. They defeated Peru recently 3-1. They had a nice 3-0 win over Serbia. They beat Georgia 4-0. They beat Bulgaria 4-0. They did have some interesting draws in there against Egypt, Iraq, and Turkey, but those were friendlies. Spain is going to get up for this World Cup match more than the friendlies. They, I believe, are the far superior team, and they're going to put up a lot of goals. They're going to have a lot of chances throughout this game. As for Cape Verde, they just have never faced a team as good as Spain. They've never run into a team with the quality that Spain has. We're looking at, they defeated Bermuda in their last friendly. They also defeated Serbia in a friendly. They tied Finland. They lost to Chile. They tied Egypt, tied Iran. But point is, they haven't faced any team with the quality that Spain has. Not even close. I think Spain's going to overrun them in this game. Give me Spain minus the 2.5 goals, minus 108 odds for 1.1 units. All right, next up, we've got Belgium and Egypt. And this is going to be an interesting one, no doubt about it. Belgium, I believe, are the more talented side. When you look at these two teams and you look at the lineups, obviously for Belgium, you've got the Kevin De Bruyne up there in the midfield. I like Jeremy Doku out wide on the left. Leandro Trossard will also be playing out wide. Their attack is very good. De Ketelaere is a very good player for Atalanta in the Serie A. Yuri Tillemans, great player for Aston Villa. So point is, I think Belgium have a very strong attack in this game. I like Thibaut Courtois at the back, along with Castagne and Thomas Meunier. So I think overall Belgium is the much stronger side than Egypt. When you look at Egypt, you've got an aging Mo Salah out there, and you've got Omar Marmoush and then Trezeguet as well in the attack. But overall, Belgium are a far superior side as far as talent goes. Now, when we look at recent form, Belgium have been playing fantastic. They defeated Tunisia 5-0 in their most recent friendly. They beat Croatia 2-0. They tied Mexico 1-1. They beat USA 5-2, and that looks like a great win after what we saw USA did against Paraguay. This Belgium team beat Liechtenstein 7-0. And then as for Egypt, they most recently lost to Brazil 2-1. Beat Russia 1-0, tied Spain 0-0. That's a really good result for Egypt. Overall, Belgium are the far superior team. I do think Egypt keeps this close, and I think they keep it as low scoring as possible. Egypt do not concede a lot of goals. I am predicting Belgium will win this game, and I am predicting this total will stay under the total of 4.5 goals. That is my play. Belgium money line parlayed with the under 4.5 total goals at odds of -105 for 1.1 units. And I mean this bet covers 1-0 Belgium, 2-0 Belgium, 3-0 Belgium, 4-0 Belgium. It covers 2-1 Belgium, 3-1 Belgium. So it covers all those score lines. I do think Belgium wins this game. It's just a matter of, I think the most dangerous outcomes for this is if Egypt are able to get a result somehow in this game, or if Belgium completely explode and score 4 goals in this game. And then maybe Egypt scores 1. But Egypt don't concede a lot of goals. And so I think they will keep this tight. But I do think Belgium will break through a couple of times. So give me Belgium moneyline parlayed with the under 4.5 total goals for odds of a -120, 1.2 units. I'm sorry. And then next up, we're going to head to the Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia game. This is an interesting one between Uruguay, who is ranked number 16 in the FIFA World Rankings, and then Saudi Arabia ranked number 61 in the FIFA World Rankings. Uruguay has a far more talented squad. You're going to have with the likes of Darwin Nunez, Manuel Ugarte, Maximiliano Araujo, Rodrigo Betancourt, Federico Valverde. The list goes on and on. Muslera is a very, very experienced goalkeeper. Very important to have in these stressful tournaments. And then as for Saudi Arabia, I don't recognize any of these guys. I don't know any of them. I don't think highly of the Saudi Arabia team. Saudi Arabia recently tied against Senegal. That's a pretty good result. They did beat Puerto Rico, but they lost to Ecuador, they lost to Serbia, they lost to Egypt, and they lost to Jordan. They've lost 4 out of their last 6 games. And Uruguay's been playing pretty well. They got a nice tie against Algeria. Algeria's a far better team than Saudi Arabia. They tied England. England, one of the best teams in the world. Uruguay were able to go head-to-head with them and tie them 1-1. They did get destroyed by USA 5-1. That's a bit troubling and a bit concerning, but that was quite a while ago, back in November. I think Uruguay have been playing a lot better, as we've seen with the recent draws against England and Algeria. Overall, I do think Uruguay is going to win this game. Uruguay in the group with Spain and Cape Verde. And so, obviously, Spain's going to pick up 3 points against Cape Verde. Uruguay would love to pick up 3 points against Saudi Arabia, stay level with Spain in the group. and don't bring in any problems. If you tie Saudi Arabia, then it starts getting a little bit dicey, because then they could potentially finish third in this group. So yeah, Uruguay is going to pick up the victory here. I think they have the far superior talent in this matchup. And then to make the odds a little bit better, we look at this. Uruguay typically, they are a very, very strong defensive team. In each of their last 4 wins, the under 3.5 total has cashed. And so that's the play. Uruguay money line parlayed with the total under 3.5 goals at odds of -105 for 1 unit. And we're also going to put a 0.1 unit play, a very small sprinkle on the correct score. Uruguay wins 2-0 at odds of +550. I think that Uruguay is going to win 2-0 in this game. That's my score prediction, and I think this is really worth a shot here. Uruguay tends to play lower scoring matchups, and against a team like Saudi Arabia, I think Saudi Arabia will make it tough on Uruguay. I think they're going to sit back, they're going to defend hard, and Uruguay will break through eventually. They're going to get that 1-0 lead, they're going to push on, they're going to get that 2-0 lead, and it's going to end right there at 2-0. So best case scenario, we cash both. We hit the Uruguay money line parlayed with the under 3.5 total goals for -105 odds, 1.1 units. And then we also cash the Uruguay correct score money line win 2-0 at odds of +550. That would be an awesome cash. And so then that leads me to the final game on the board for Monday, June 15th, and that is Iran taking on New Zealand. So this is another interesting one. Iran ranked number 20 in the FIFA World Rankings. New Zealand ranked number 85 in the FIFA World Rankings. Iran's got some interesting players. Mehdi Taremi is a very, very talented player for Iran. And then obviously Liberato Kakachi for New Zealand. He's a Wrexham player, but not too many big name players in this game. You got Chris Wood for New Zealand. He's a striker in the Premier League over there for Nottingham Forest. But again, not too many big name players in this game, but Iran in much better form. Iran has won 3 games in a row coming into this match. They defeated Mali 2-0, they defeated Gambia 3-1, and they defeated Costa Rica 5-0. So they come in very good form. Meanwhile, New Zealand have lost 5 out of their last 6 games. They lost to Haiti 4-0. We saw Haiti lose to Scotland earlier in this tournament. We did have Scotland to win that game, so that was a nice prediction for us. This New Zealand side lost to England recently, as we would expect. They lost to Finland 2-0. They lost to Ecuador 2-0. They lost to Colombia 2-1. And the common theme in most of these games is that they're losing, and they're losing in lower scoring affairs. They have 2 losses against Australia in the last 10 games for them. They've also got a loss against Poland. And the only 2 games they were able to get results in were a game against Chile, who is not a good team at all, and they got a tie against Norway. I think Iran's in far superior form. And then also, you have to look at it from a little bit of a political perspective. This is not a political channel, but Iran are going to come into this game with a lot to play for. They have a point to prove. There's a lot going on in their country. This has a chance to inspire the people over there, coming to having their soccer team come over to the U.S. in the midst of all these tough times. If this Iran soccer team could come out and have a strong performance in the World Cup, it would do wonders for the nation of Iran. So I expect Iran to come out with a fire lit under their butts. I think that they are extremely motivated to get a result in this game. And then obviously they're in the group with Belgium and Egypt. We do expect Belgium to pick up the 3 points against Egypt. So if Iran could get 3 points here against New Zealand, it would set up Iran in prime position to move on to the knockout stages. Yeah, give me Iran on the money line, -105 odds for 1.1 units. They simply have far more to play for than New Zealand does, and they're also the more talented team, and they're in better form. So that is my final play for Monday, June 15th. Again, we are 8-4 in this World Cup. We have profited over 5 units so far during the FIFA World Cup. We are on fire. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your picks and predictions in the comment section below. And once again, here are the 4 bets for Monday, June 15th in the FIFA World Cup. We're going to take Spain minus the 2.5 goals at odds of minus 108 for 1.1 units. We're going to take Belgium money line and the under 4.5 total goals at odds of minus 120 for 1.2 units in the Belgium game, in the game in which Belgium takes on, Belgium takes on Egypt. We're taking Belgium money line parlayed with the under 4.5 total goals at odds of minus 120 for 1.2 units. Then we're going to take Uruguay money line parlayed with the under 3.5 total goals at odds of minus 105 for 1.1 units. And then we're also going to sprinkle the correct score in that game, Uruguay win 2-0 at odds of plus 550 for 0.1 units. And then last but not least, we're going to take Iran on the money line at odds of minus 105 for 1.1 units. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your picks and predictions in the comment section below, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Let's keep this hot streak rolling.